welcome to Connect with Shalea, where we discuss everything that is self-care and business. So today, of course, I'm going to have a special guest, Cassie, who is coming through to, just give some value, to the audience so y'all can see what a healthy lifestyle and taking care of yourself look like. Of course, that's what we're going to be chatting about. So I'm going to bring her in a minute. I see y'all coming through. You want me? Okay. Boop. Let me go ahead and invite her in. Where you at, Cassie? There you go.
Hey, girl.
Hey. I was just saying how we're going to have a great conversation today. All about nutrition, all about self-care, taking care of yourself.
Awesome.
Of course, I introduced the amazing yoga enthusiast and the grain-free knowledge knower.
I'm getting there, yes.
So, just an overall awesome human being. So, and I know you have great things that you're doing and great things we can talk about. So I wanted to talk with you about it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, tell them about you, because I know about you. You tell about you.
All right. So me, I am a mom of two, a 2 and a 9-year-old. I've been a teacher the last 8 years, from ages 0 all the way up to age 18. And in April, I decided that I wanted to stop teaching, and now I am pursuing.
You stopped teaching?
I stopped teaching. Yep.
Oh, I
decided to pursue more of a fitness kind of career in the future. So definitely yoga. Definitely, I'm gonna be doing something with nutrition here in the coming months, like an online nutrition program. Not sure which one yet. I'm still kind of shopping around for that.
Okay.
Yep. And in my Herbalife and all that fun stuff. So,
well, I didn't even know that you stopped teaching. I didn't even know that you would. So you're getting into, because I know you're into yoga and everything. So tell me how you got kind of started even doing that.
So with yoga's always been something that I've seen other people do, but I've never thought of myself as, a yogi. I'm like, they're so awesome. I wish I could do that. And so I would go to, a couple hot yoga classes here and there a few years back, but it was very few and far between, and then COVID hit last year.
Yes.
And I was home. I was working from home. I was teaching from home with my babies. And I was like, you know what? This is the perfect time and opportunity for me to start kind of teaching myself how to do it. So I taught myself via YouTube. So I started doing that, and then it ended up just changing my entire life to the point where I really decided that that's the direction that my heart is at. That's where I need to go.
Now you're going to get into teaching it.
Yeah. So now I'm studying to work on my teaching certification. So I'm about almost halfway through with that. And then I can start setting up my sequencing. I'm not sure yet how to set up a sequence for students. So I'm still working on that part. But as soon as I get that out of the way, I'll be posting, all kinds of videos and cool stuff with my own kind of yoga videos, which I'm excited. Yeah.
So, a lot of people don't know that all this content really, you can go online and watch free.
Oh my gosh.
So much stuff that you can go on and do.
There's so much
time to go out, and do it yourself. You can do it right at home, because you're doing it at home, right?
Yep, absolutely. So every time I get the chance to, I will go to a real class just to kind of get the feel and be in that community. And I love that. But it's few and far between where I get the opportunities to, not have my kids and, not have any other responsibilities. So it's definitely something that I do in my bedroom, when my kids are doing their thing, I can do my thing. And I got my yoga mat, and I got a couple, nothing fancy, just a couple little, gadgets that I can use if I need to, like my yoga block,
Of course.
and I'll just, get the YouTube videos, and there's so many out there, so many great ones out there, really. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Like a lot of people don't even know you could just do it right from home. And especially with COVID going on, I know a lot of people were looking for ways of how to still kind of like work out, take care of it,
absolutely.
and not have to leave the house. And then if you have kids, you can even incorporate, it's one of those things you incorporate the kids into.
Yep.
Like, are they doing it? Like,
Oh, my daughter, I have tried so hard, my 9-year-old daughter, to get her to do yoga with me, and she is just so not about it. And my son, my 2-year-old son, he likes to lay on my body when whatever pose I'm doing, he just likes to lay on me or crawl underneath me. And so I've kind of, I tell myself that it's my way to really like find my grounding to deal with him at the same time as I'm doing my poses. It keeps me really focused. Like, I feel like it's almost like a self-discipline kind of thing to be able to mom and yoga at the same time. So, yeah.
Yoga at the same time. That's
yes.
That's a video. When you start doing your video, that's the title, Mom and Yoga.
Absolutely.
That is super awesome. Super awesome. Now, I know about like the healthy lifestyle and you getting into that and you deciding like, this is what I really want to do. Like, when did it become like really important to you?
So I've always been health conscious, but it's been kind of up and down throughout the years. And after I had my son, I had to have a C-section with him. So it was a surgery, and it changed my body a lot.
Yeah,
and
not no joke. I heard about that because I had mine, naturally. But they say like when you get a C-section, it's even longer healing.
Yeah.
Different because they like literally going inside and
it's a surgery, it's like a real surgery. So I feel like I needed to step up my health game after that because sorry about that. Because I have like food sensitivities now and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So I started kind of like doing my own research into different ways that I could, cure my body and try to get back to my normal swing of things. And one of the biggest ones that I found was grain-free, believe it or not. So it's not like keto, so it's not like a low carb thing. It's just a low grain thing. So you can still do your potatoes, your apples, and yeah.
So it just, so are you removing everything else and just being grain-free, or are you just adding grain-free stuff like to your like diet?
So basically what you're doing is like you're not going to the store and buying like the gluten-free pastas and stuff like that. You're literally just like, instead of pasta, you're eating vegetables. Instead of your bread, you're eating more meat or more veggies. You're really just doing away with grains altogether. And anybody who that sounds like, kind of interesting to you, this book here, No Grain.
How befitting.
It is so good. It's by a doctor, actually. He's a functional doctor, so he believes in healing through nutrition rather than medication.
That's, what? So a lot of people have gotten so far, away from doing the natural and like going to herbalists instead of like going to actual doctors, because it's
Absolutely.
a lot. Walk past every day that's natural healing, like even dandelions. I started adding dandelions.
I try that.
Yeah, I started adding that like to my stuff, and it does wonders. Like, it clears up your skin. It flushes you out. But there's so many natural things that we have just around us that we can utilize in our diet.
How do you eat it? How do you eat the dandelions?
Well, you can either do tea. I have a tea, and I also in like a pill form, like it's a capsule, or you go, because dandelions they grow in the heat. They grow like summer, springtime, so that's what really come up. So it's best to go actually grab the natural dandelion.
Right. Oh wow.
I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research and just grabbing a raw dandelion.
I'd be scared to go pick a random eat a random dandelion. That's like the wish flower, right?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I know you notice like people, you'll see them like in the trees and stuff, like picking the leaves from the trees. Like everything's around us. Lemon,
right.
The lemons, garlic, all of that stuff is natural and
love
helps
garlic.
like your whole nutrition and lifestyle. So that's great. I'm gonna have to
Right.
look to that grain free.
Yeah.
That
I
grain.
mean,
What are
for
some of
me personally, yeah, so for me personally, I started struggling, and I'm only 32, but with rheumatoid arthritis in my fingers. So I did some research, and I found that grains can actually inflame, like, your body from the inside, and a lot of the time you don't even notice how inflamed you are on the inside. Your organ
yeah,
systems, your joints,
yeah.
and
Because all the stuff that we eat, we don't even recognize what it's doing in the insides. Oh,
mm-mm,
Allie was like
right,
working dandelion from. You can go to like one of
right.
the natural stores, like those natural stores carry all of that, like the dandelion roots, all of
Oh
that. So
yeah,
just find, like, Google a natural store near you, and you can go in there, and you'll look around and be like, oh my God, they have everything here, and it's all natural.
that is
Like
so awesome.
that we can use to heal ourselves. You don't even have to pay all that much money for it. They just want to
Right,
have you pay all this money for these medications and these doctors' appointments,
right, right,
and you
right.
can heal yourself naturally. So that's dope.
Definitely.
To adapt to that. How long have you been doing that? The grain free?
The grain free, well, so I always used to kind of mess around with keto, and which, most people know what keto is, just like an anti-carb. And I did have some good results with that, but I didn't like the fact that I can't eat potatoes and I can't eat apples. And,
Yeah.
I just like, it just doesn't seem all that healthy to me. Like, there's nutrients in there that we need. So, this was honestly, I think I Google everything. I Google stuff, and then books
Google
pop up.
the
That
winner.
it's yes, it's my life. Actually, another one I wanted to show you is the Whole 30. So the Whole 30 actually is where the idea of being grain free came into place for me, and this was done via, I believe, Google. But the Whole 30, there, she actually has 3 books on the Whole 30.
Look, I'm about to write. Like, I got my
Oh,
pen.
they're so
Right.
good, girl.
Hey y'all, if the people who are in here watching, if y'all not writing these things down, you definitely need to note this. And I'm gonna note this stuff so when I share it, it'll be like a part of like the stuff that they can go,
Absolutely.
because that's good stuff.
They're amazing. So the Whole 30, oh, that one was no grain, no pain.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the Whole 30 book. And then along with the Whole 30 book, there's actually 2 books, and they kind of all go together, but if you just pick one, you'll still get the gist of it. There's tons of information. The other one is It Starts with Food. It's
It starts with
it's
it does.
beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's such a good book.
Yeah, and that's no lie. Like, it does start with the food. The
Everything.
body, everything. I always believe that everything is like a mindset and what you put inside your body. If you can control those things, like what you put in and what you think, the output would be greater than anything that you can imagine. But a lot of people get so
Absolutely.
caught up like in like routines, and
Yes.
like have to go out because it costs a lot of money. It costs more money to get fruit than like some fries at McDonald's or something.
Right. Right.
Like, fast food and processed foods are so much more like easier to get.
Common. Yeah,
Yeah, and
totally.
you spending, like, you go to a grocery store, you spending like $50 on some
I
raspberries, some
know.
blueberries, all that, and that's all you got, and that's gonna be
Right.
gone, like a few days. So it's
Right.
like a
And
lot
if
of
you
people,
don't eat it, it'll go bad within 3 days. You got to
right,
throw it away anyway.
quick. So it's
Yeah.
like it's hard to kind of balance all that stuff. Like, how do you do it?
Yeah.
Like, do the balance,
Um,
working and still leading this natural like lifestyle.
so I try to do a lot of things that I can include my kids in, like I do a couple little side hustles, like I do DoorDash, I do Instacart, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my Herbalife, and I got some Herbalife stuff to show you. It's like the protein drink.
Oh, I love a good
It's
protein shake.
so good. So
What's that?
so this is a vanilla protein,
Okay.
and you're gonna mix it with whatever of the healthy meal. This is the one with all your vitamins. This is the one that fills you up. This would
Okay.
be like the mint chocolate chip is what this one is.
Ooh, mint
So
chocolate.
good. So good.
I'm all
So
for protein, and you can
it's so
supplement
good.
without, like, for a meal and just have the shake.
So I have my shakes as my breakfast and my lunch, and
Mhm.
then I'll have a tea with it. And the tea, that's actually what I have in my little cup right now, which is
Okay.
raspberry tea with aloe in it.
Ooh,
Just
aloe. Now you know aloe is
super
good.
yummy. Oh, it's so good.
Aloe.
It soothes the tummy. It's just really good.
Hmm.
It's given me so much more energy. I've been doing it for about 6 weeks, and I'm just like, I have more energy to do mom stuff and to do my stuff and just,
Hmm.
all around, so yeah, that's one of the ways that I manage everything is, I found something that does increase my energy, that I'm not like eating, a big pasta lunch and feeling all
Yeah,
late, sitting around for the rest of the day. So
that's good.
it's
That's
definitely
good.
helped me.
More energy, and then so
Hmm.
in that with you utilizing the shakes and all of that with
Absolutely.
grain free, like your day
I
is
love it. I love it. So I wake up, I do my shake and my tea, and then it kind of gets me pumped for a few hours, get my workout done.
mm-hmm.
And then when like little late lunchtime, I'll do another shake and tea, and you can have a snack, like a small healthy snack between your shakes. So like some berries, or you could do, some fruit, whatever. A lot of people who do Herbalife, they still do their grains, so they maybe a little pita chips or something like that. And then they say a rainbow dinner is what they call it. And I love that but for me, it means, a wide array of vegetables and meats to make,
Okay.
your colorful rainbow dinner.
Have you
So
ever
yeah,
thought of
that's,
like vegan or vegetarian?
oh my gosh. So I have so much respect for people who are vegan, but like,
I tell you,
I can't do it.
I
Have
can't.
you?
No, like I can't do that. Like I tried. I was vegetarian for I think a little bit over a year. I remember making it to the year, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
wow.
because I'm extremely picky, right? So it was
Mm.
like it was easier for me to like, I'm just gonna go vegetarian. And so I did it like a year, a little bit over a
Wow.
year, and I went to I don't know what it was. I think it was like a steakhouse, and I went there, and that steak smelled so good. You
That was it. That was it.
know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do it. What's these labels? Like what's this? I was like, what's these labels about? And
Oh
that's
my
what
goodness.
I still, even though I have not completely just went to just eating a whole bunch of red meat all the time, because I know that that's not good for you either.
Right,
Like
right.
I do everything within balance. So
Absolutely.
I know that I ate like some red meat, had a steak or some burgers or something like that. I make sure I detox. You know what I'm saying? I make sure
Yeah,
that I clear my system out, because I've seen what a steak and a burger look like after you leave it. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there for a
that's
bit,
good point. Yeah,
happening, in the inside. So
yeah,
that's why no, I was like, I can't do it. So I'm already naturally picky. So I just make sure I balance everything. I have my steak,
definitely.
I have my chicken, I have whatever
Hmm.
I feel like. Because I don't think that we should put like a label on it. Like, because there's some people like, I'm pescatarian, I'm vegetarian and stuff. I
Right,
don't that because it kind of forces you into this like you feel bad if you have that.
right. You have rules.
Guilty. You
Actually,
feel horrible.
it's funny because um, the last book for the Whole 30 is Food Freedom Forever.
Hmm.
And basically, what it's about, it's really cool. So, the Whole 30 is what really got me, to start thinking about food. You go on a 30-day elimination diet, and it sounds very hard, but it's easier than you might think. You don't do any dairy, any grain, any legumes. Wait, and I know, and what else? Um, that's the main ones, because those are like your top food allergens, and most people don't realize that they're mildly inflamed, chronic inflammation it's called, like mildly chronically inflamed in their body because they develop these food allergies, and chronic inflammation leads to cancer, it leads to heart disease, it leads
Yeah.
to basically all the health problems.
Yep.
So the elimination diet, you do that for 30 days, and after your 30 days, you introduce one food group at a time, and you see
Mm.
how your body reacts to it. So you'll do your dairy, and then you'll wait 3 days,
Starting from the beginning, like flushing yourself out and start.
flushing it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Okay.
then, and it works because, like, for me, when I did the Whole 30, I started developing eczema when I was reintroducing dairy into my diet. And then I actually did a food sensitivity test after the fact and found out I was allergic to milk. and I didn't even know that. I've been doing dairy my whole life. So,
You
so
know, it's
yeah.
that you say that, like my son, you know, like when the kids are getting older and they, you know, underarms. I was like, you're like 5 and 6. Why does your underarm smell like a grown man? You know, it's like, why does it smell like you're so, like one of their like checkups? I asked the doctor, I was like, why do they smell like grown men?
Right?
What is happening? Because aren't they too young? Because I'm like, they're too young for me to put deodorant on them.
Right,
You know,
right.
like what? It was like, well, remove dairy. Do they drink milk and cereal? I was like, yeah. He was like, a lot of people body reacts different, so remove the dairy.
Right.
I removed the dairy from their lives when they were younger, and when I tell you, it changed everything about how they reacted to different foods. So I definitely understand
That is
with that.
crazy, but I believe it. Wow. No, I believe it. It's, and then you start, doing your research and a lot of cultures don't even use dairy. Like Asian cultures, they don't I'm not going to say all Asian cultures because I really don't know, but I know like a lot of Asian cultures, they
Yeah,
don't touch dairy. They don't use it at all. And it's
yeah,
interesting, if you think about it, like the way Americans look versus like the way other countries look, like,
yeah.
and you're like,
Totally different. Like we overindulge so much in the things
absolutely.
I'm supposed to over here versus like you say over there. They're like they be happy. Like, but you know what the funny thing is? I can have a what you call it, the pho, the pho bowl with the noodles and the
Oh,
broth.
yeah, the pho, yeah.
I can
I
have one
love
of those
that.
and be extremely happy. So I can
Hmm.
understand how you could just live off some rice and that
Some,
type of stuff because
yeah,
in the nutrients depending on what you cook it
yeah,
with. So it's easier to live that lifestyle honestly than to live here. I have adapted so many different other cultures like their diet versus what
absolutely.
here because it's
Yeah,
totally different what they eat. Like you said, like
it
that's
is.
totally true. That's so
They call it the standard American diet. It's like a lot of, diet critics will call it the sad, and it's true because it's sad, man. It's sad
mm,
the way we eat, and we get so used to it. And I mean, I've fallen, into it many times.
oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
just easy. Just you grab your cookies, you grab your chips, you
oh,
watch your Netflix, and that's what it is. You
well,
order your McDonald's, whatever.
and that's what I feel like they price this stuff for us to be able to go and grab it. Like, oh, it's
Oh, absolutely.
only $1. And then have you seen what they did with these Oreos? Like they're making like every different type of Oreo, lemon Oreo, carrot Oreo.
They're
I was
so
like,
good. They're so
oh,
good though, but I don't indulge, but they are so
I just
good.
looked down the aisle and I was like, this is so wrong what they doing to
I
us.
know. And I know, yeah, yeah.
I
I
look at
think they have a pumpkin spice for the fall time. I'm pretty sure they have a pumpkin spice Oreo.
yes, like it's velvet Oreos, like they killing
Yeah.
people. Like, they're killing people.
And then they have the fudge dipped Oreos. The whole
I'm telling you, it's so wrong. The stuff that they doing is so
yeah,
wrong. But like you say, as you get older and like you research stuff, like
right,
a lot of people need to start researching. Like if you're not researching and actually, like you say, looking at the food and what we're putting into our
right,
body, like you have to. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people
right,
just eat what they eating, or they're in a position of where they just have to eat, whatever's
right.
on. So it's just this food thing is so important. So
It
important
is.
to eat like a
It
healthy life.
absolutely.
So
And
important.
sugar's, probably like one of the main reasons that America is, so unhealthy.
Yep.
And like one of the prime examples of, like you were saying, like finding things affordable is like spaghetti sauce. There's only a couple versions of spaghetti sauce that don't have sugar in them, and they're not easy to find, and they're like double the price.
Of
So
course.
it's,
Like, go to Whole Foods, okay? Your whole everything is gone, like your whole pockets.
right.
Whole Foods or any of those stores because they
Yeah.
know. And to me, that's why I think that because just moved right into this house. So what I want to do is like put a garden in the back and start just growing my own.
Ooh,
You
that's
know,
awesome.
JoJo got me inspired to do that because she be growing everything. I
She's the
want
bomb.
like
Her and her gardening, I love it.
I'm like, she gonna be the first person I call to help me get this. Her and my husband's mom, because my mother-in-law, because
Oh,
she's
nice.
all into that. Like you go to her,
Yeah,
got cucumbers. Oh, go get the green peppers. Everything she cooks is like from her garden.
that's amazing. That's so awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the level I want to get to. But I think now is, at least trying to do the healthy route, like
Right.
finding ways and researching things that
Right.
you can do to be better, because that's what
Right.
the goal is. The goal is to be a better you every day. So, and that starts with the stuff that puts in your mouth.
Yep. Allie said that's her goal too. Yes, girl. Yep.
Yeah. Sugar is terrible. And especially like people who have cancer and stuff, it feeds off sugar.
Right.
Once you get to a level, that's why I say you got to listen to your body. Like you have to listen to your body. Like if you're getting sick a lot, you have to see why. You have to
Right.
understand what's going on, because then, like you say, it leads to cancer and all these things that now you have to
Right.
do all this stuff.
Well, and a lot of times you don't even notice that this stuff's happening to your body.
Yep.
And that's why this like kind of elimination diet is really cool, because it kind of sets you back to ground zero, so you can feel these feelings that you might not have felt because you've been feeling them for 20 or 30 years. You don't even know that it's going on, and then you start fresh, and then you're like, oh wow, like dairy is horrible for me, and I've been eating it my whole life, and now what's been going on in my body because of that. And there's probably so many like health ailments over the years, and hormone imbalances which lead to obesity too, that stem from like a food intolerance that you might have not even known you had. So
But the thing about it as well, like you say, when you really start to do that research and look at the stuff that you're eating, you got to care about it, like, and I know, and that's why I say I know it's hard when you're leading a certain type of lifestyle, or like if you're working all the time, but you gotta take care of yourself. Like
it is, yeah.
If you wait too late, then it's gonna take even more work, even more stuff, to get back right,
Right.
So you gotta start now. That's why we're trying to get the kids into this, mindset. But they come to, they come to me like, don't
really?
buy candy. Don't buy me
Oh, good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Like,
That's so good.
Yeah. The oldest, he's pescatarian, like he eats no meat.
Oh, wow.
And I wasn't even on that as a kid. That's why I say these new age kids, like they on a whole different wave. I wasn't on no nerds, and I was eating all the now laters, all the Starbursts.
Absolutely. For me, it was like the Kit Kats, the chocolates, all that kind of
exactly.
stuff.
So. I'm proud of them. Like I'm happy to see that they're starting at this age, because that's where it started.
That's amazing.
That's where
it is.
So many obese children, out here right now, because like they eating everything. They eating all the candies, and they're not leading the lifestyle. So I'm just glad that they even care.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of information out there now that the kids, probably have more access to too. And they're like, oh man, putting two and two together, like I don't want this kind of life for myself, and what can I do to avoid it? So definitely.
Did you grow up like or is this as you got older?
So when I was younger, but like I've always been really open to food. Like I love all the foods, all of them, any of them, like except celery is the one food I don't touch it, but everything else, which is horrible because it's so good for you, but no, I don't touch it. But so I've always, even when I was little, I remember me and my grandpa, we would eat what's that? Artichokes. Like he would boil an artichoke, and I would just sit there and eat. Like you eat them off the petal leaves. You like, yeah, man. I've always like been super open to food. So
that's good.
Yeah. So for me, I think the hardest for me was when I was out of my house, when I was in college, when I was like, oh, I could do whatever I want. I used to go buy zebra cakes and bottled frappuccinos like every single night. Yeah. They were so good. But yeah, and then that's how you mess stuff up. You build it up over time until your body can't really handle it anymore, and it leads to all kinds of issues. Everything.
Leads to everything. That's good. I'm glad to see these natural lifestyles happening and stuff, because before it wasn't even a thing that you normally would do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, oh no, no one cares about being a vegan. You used to get made fun of if you just, took care of yourself. So, but
Right.
now it's like a trend. It's like a trend to be
Yeah.
healthy. It's
You're
like a trend
right.
to be vegan. It's a trend. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's cool. Hop on
That
that
is
trend.
cool. Right.
Yeah, like hop on that trend. Cause
Absolutely.
that.
I just like to feel good in my skin and my body. You know what I mean? Like, and
Mm-hmm.
that's really what it boils down to. You know, you don't want to be in pain. You don't want to, be thinking about all the time, how you look, how you feel. You just want to
Yeah.
feel good and be able to live your day to day while feeling good and functioning properly and, going about your business and
Mm-hmm.
being your best self.
And that's the goal. Like, but that's the reason
Absolutely.
why I wanted to even like have these conversations, because regular people, okay, because we regular people, like, and we need to know like the stuff that we supposed to do to
Hmm.
be able to lead a natural like lifestyle. And a lot of us, like, I wouldn't known about no grain-free diet unless you would have started talking
Right.
about it. I
Right.
think we started doing more sharing with each other to help each
Absolutely.
the right place in life and stuff. So that's awesome.
Right.
I'm glad. Like, what are some of the things that you work
Yeah.
on now outside of the yoga? Because you said you got what, like
Yeah.
months left?
Yeah. So well, it's a self-paced program that I'm in. So, depending how much I uh, motivate myself to get done every day. Or should I say like, and the kids too, it's got to be at least somewhat focused
Balance.
environment for
Yeah.
balance. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, after that, I plan to continue my journey with Herbalife. Like I really enjoyed that. It's something that kind of, pushed me over a hump that I was in life, energy wise, and just, self-esteem wise. And then I eventually, hopefully, want to teach my own online yoga classes, and hopefully one day get a studio of my own. That would be amazing.
Gotta be so. That would be so.
Oh, amazing.
I want to open up a wellness spa. So you're gonna have to do like guest appearances there.
Okay, we're gonna
Yeah.
link up about this because
Yes. I'm
that's
saying
what I
I
want.
want to do, because I want to just have
Yes,
a one-stop shop where you can go and get
yes.
your
Oh
meditation.
my gosh, yes.
Look, because I know, do your journaling, you know what I'm saying? Set your rights.
Yes, girl.
You just a one-stop shop where
Yeah,
go in and when you close the door, it is all about you and you taking care of you.
I love
And I
it.
want to get like those infrared
I love
saunas,
it.
and I want to get those flotation therapy going on as well. Like
Yes,
stuff that just
yes.
just cleanses your
All
body.
your feel good stuff
All the feel
and
good.
all at one place. That sounds so
That's what I'm on.
amazing.
I'm
Yeah.
on all that feel good stuff.
Yes, girl.
All the feel
Yes.
good
I want
stuff.
to do it. I'm in. I'm in with you for that because
Whenever,
that.
when you finish that stuff, like so we're gonna have Cassie come in today. She's gonna be teaching yoga.
Yep. This is happening. This is
No,
happening.
it's literally happening. Yeah, that's saying it. Look, we're talking
Yep.
about it. It's
We're
gonna
manifesting it right now.
exactly.
It's gonna
It's gonna
happen.
happen. It is gonna happen.
I
That's why
love it.
I'm excited on this new journey, because again, like I just started kind of getting into like this healthy lifestyle. Like I've been picky, but being picky and being healthy is two different things.
So
Like
picky as in how? Like how were you picky? Because I know you said that. What do you mean, like in food?
yeah, like I just don't like a lot of stuff. Like I'm
Right.
just really like, like if you give me something, like can you take that off and that off? Like I break it down to like.
Are you okay if it touches each other?
Now it depends. It depends on what it is. But no, I used to get in trouble as a
Okay.
kid because I wouldn't eat my food once the juices start running into each other.
Oh no.
I wasn't eating it. I'm like, I'm not eating that. That's
Oh
nasty.
wow.
That's nasty. But no, I started like really getting into like, let me focus on waking up really super early, getting,
Right.
like sitting and having my time, before all the kids wake up, and, get that like moment to write down what my intentions are, and then going,
100%.
yeah,
Yep.
and going in the kitchen and like, making me a shake or making me a nice healthy breakfast so I can sit down and then be productive for the day.
Right.
Because that self-care journey, let me tell you, especially when you have kids and like family, a husband or a wife and all that other stuff, you got to be taking care. Like
Yeah.
you make time for yourself. Like what's some of the
You
things?
have to.
What's some of the things you do to like make time for you?
So I make sure that either when I go to bed at night, I either do like a sleep meditation, which
Mhm.
I find those for free online because I'm all about finding stuff for free online,
Yeah, but
and
free time.
I love it. There's so
I love
much out there. There's so much
it
out
is.
there. You just have to look. Like
Yeah.
people, people always want to share that kind of stuff with the world. You just have to, you just have to find it. Oh, my mom's here. Hi, mom. um, but yeah, so yes, you could do like I like to do a sleep meditation at night. Some of them are, 6 hours long. You'll actually fall asleep to it and it'll be going on in your sleep and it will be like a subconscious kind of thing going on. I
Mhm.
love it. There's all kinds of them. There's like a, self-esteem sleep meditation, manifesting.
Do you do the singing bowls? Have you listened to the
No.
bowls one? Okay, I got one actually uploaded on YouTube because I be trying
Okay.
stuff because at
Yeah.
night I like to listen to stuff. I have to have something on.
Right, right.
So, and I found this like singing bowl medley, and then put it on
Ooh.
repeat. Like I just put it on repeat. That
I
right,
gotta try that. It's
that is
relaxing.
oh, it is so
Nice,
soothing. And I put it on
nice.
like if I'm taking a bath, like anything that
Oh,
I'm doing
nice.
where it's like, you know what I'm saying,
Is
like
that
quiet
is
time.
that ASMR? What's ASMR?
Is that ASMR? What's
Yeah,
ASMR?
no. I know we need to know. Like I want to know what
Like
is
Allie, come on.
cool.
Tell us
You
everything.
need to get in on this, girl.
What is a but yeah, I love that whole like just meditating those nice sounds and medleys. She
Google
said,
it.
"Put it on my
I
nerves."
will. I will. Oh, you.
ASMR. Oh, all autonomous. Explain why millions of people are watching YouTube videos. Oh yeah, so it's the term for the sensation people get when they watch stimulating video.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's certain sounds that relax you. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So probably
Okay.
like the
Now,
bowl. Yeah.
the technical term it stands
Yeah.
for autonomous sensory meridian response. Look, give me
I'm
the
not
line.
gonna remember that.
I'm not gonna remember it either. But good, it's down in the comments, so that's
Now
good.
we know though. Yeah, right, right.
We
All
can
right,
reference
cool.
to.
Yeah,
But yeah, and a lot of people don't take the time for themselves. I had
right.
did that one video with the good housekeeping and it was like a whole bunch of moms and it was about like mothers and if you had kids at your age, do you regret it or should you think you should have been later? Do you feel bad for doing things for yourself? I was the first one like no, you know what I'm saying? It's
No,
when
you
you
can't.
know all the stuff that you do to pour into your kids, like I don't feel bad
Exactly.
step back and saying, hey, not today, not
Exactly.
an hour at least, like
You have to, like, you have to take that time for yourself because if you don't do it, nobody else is ever going to do it. You have to take your downtime. You have to figure out what it is that, and maybe meditation's not for everyone, but you have to figure out what your thing is that's going to get you that mental and physical energy to go about the rest of your life like through the day. And for me, it's yoga. For me, it's meditating. For me, it's my shakes and my tea and my
right,
grain free, like that's my thing, but that might not be the same for the next person. You have to
right,
figure out like what your body wants, what your mind wants, and you got to experiment with it. And that's why I love the elimination stuff because, that is geared for the individual, that's geared for you. But
mm-hmm.
like with Herbalife, like I know a lot of people that love it, and I mean, a lot of people who've had success with it. So if
Around for a minute. Herbalife is like that's been around for a minute, so it must be doing
yeah,
something.
it's the number one shake, and I'm not selling it right now because I've decided that I'm just gonna kind of work on me with it right now. But I was selling it for a little bit, so I do still have some free sample packs.
Oh, that's
So
good. Okay,
so
okay.
if you ever want to try it, let me know.
I'm
And
I'm
I got a bunch of them. All right.
I'm gonna hit
Cool.
you with that. But yeah, that's good. So that's good. So you're
Yeah.
doing Herbalife, you're doing the grain free, and you're doing the yoga. Now,
Yep.
do you plan like what do you think? Because I know you said that's the things that you do. Like, what do you
Hmm.
recommend like for people who are trying to find some sort of like peace or like things to for their mental? Because I know you're big on mental health and all that other stuff too. Like, what are
Yeah.
you think that can help other people kind of get into finding what's good for them?
Honestly, to read and read and read and read until things resonate with you. Like, you got to start somewhere. Look stuff up. Books will pop up. You look one thing up, books about this, books will pop up. Go download them on your Apple Books. Start
Yeah.
reading them. Apple Books is cool because it will let you sample the book for a little bit first. If it's
Yeah.
not you, put it away. If it's you, buy the book for, $10 or whatever, and then you have that book in your Apple library, and just read until you start following your
Mm.
vibe and find your vibe.
Like, what's your
Um,
motivator to even keep you on this track?
um, my biggest motivator, I mean, definitely to be present for my kids, because that's something that I've struggled with in the past. Like, my mind is here, my mind is here, my mind is there, but like
Yeah.
being healthy enough physically and mentally to be present in whatever I got going on with my family, with my kids, with my relationships, like all of that, just being okay enough to have, that love in my life. Because that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
We all just need, like, healthy relationships with people, family, friends, our kids, all of it. So,
That's good. That's good. And you're
yeah,
right. A lot of people look outward when you're supposed to be looking inward. Like, you're supposed to take
absolutely.
yourself. You're supposed to make sure that you're good, because if you're good, healthy wise, mindset wise, then you will be great for the people around you.
Right. What do you bring into that table? Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you can't pour
So,
into other people, but so many people try to, like, pour from an empty cup,
right.
like pouring
Oh,
and
yeah.
pouring, and they unhappy, and they're not
Right.
able to do the things that they want to do because they're so unhappy. They worry about the
Right.
wrong things. When
Right.
that's always say self-love, self-value,
Right.
understanding you got to be able to take care of yourself and all of
Definitely.
it. Be there for your kids, be there
Right.
for your spouse, be there
Right.
for the outside world. Because if I don't get this together, I'll be crazy.
Right.
I'm
Right.
crazy.
And your kid comes to you, they need you emotionally, like, you got to be right to be able to be there for them emotionally, and teach them everything about being healthy and loving yourself and having boundaries in life. And I mean, that's a big one for me, is learning to have boundaries and when to say
Oh,
no, and not feeling guilty all the
girl.
time. That's that
Yes.
is my biggest struggle, I think. It's
I think that's
definitely,
a lot of struggle. I think that's a
I
lot.
think so.
When you're a good person, when you're just trying to be helpful, so
Right.
your natural thing is to be like, oh, okay, but you find yourself saying okay
Right.
too much, like, whoa, you
Right.
start feeling drained, or people will drain,
Right. Right.
so you gotta, like you say, set them boundaries. I
Right.
when
And
I
then you
get
blow up, too. You get mad at people because you're like, I don't want it,
you
but
frustrated.
you're
Yeah.
frustrated. Yeah.
And your
So,
frustration show up. Your frustration show up. And that's why
hmm
now I have learned again, like, I can control my frustration levels. When I see
hmm
myself getting there, because we gonna get there. It's just about what you do with energy.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? What you
Right.
do, because we're all emotional. You know what I'm saying? We're all
Absolutely. And anger's an emotion, a regular human emotion. It's healthy. You just, like you said, have to
Yep.
find the right outlets for it. You gotta,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep. And a lot of people don't know that energy is emotion. I mean, that's what it's all tied into. So it's just what you're doing with that energy. So if I'm getting
Right.
mad or somebody bothering me, you know what? I'm about to go and, like, watch a movie or something. Let me just go transfer it over here.
Yep.
It's all about just transferring that energy. And a lot of
Yep.
people get sucked into it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, yeah.
They get baited into that madness, and they don't take the time to step back and say, you know what? Let me try to fix this. Let me worry
Right.
about how I'm reacting to it. And a
Right.
lot of it, because we're not focusing on ourselves. So I'm glad that
Right.
boundaries are being set, because that is important.
Right. And I think, like, too, a lot of time, I was talking about this the other day, like, um, you don't know what that person has got going on in their world. So you got to keep you separate from them sometimes, like, and not even in a mean and hostile way, just, like, this is me and that's you, and whatever you got going on, like,
Right.
you'll deal with it that way, and not, just get all
Yeah,
enmeshed and unhealthy with, other
yeah,
people's
that's what road
feelings.
rage is from. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be in the car mad, and I always try to say,
Right.
well, maybe they got somewhere to go. Maybe You know, look, that's the way I calm myself. I'm like, they fired because the way they just cut me off. Okay, like maybe they gotta hurry up. And
I don't even think, I don't know, road rage doesn't count. I feel like you're allowed to be mad for road rage because I don't know, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, what? Oh my gosh.
Oh no, but look, these are the things I'm telling myself as I'm mad. I'm like, what? Maybe they're fired.
Yes.
It better be. Okay.
Maybe they really have to go to the bathroom, or maybe their kid.
It better be something where you just cut in front of me. Okay. I know like these things, okay?
Yes, yes.
Trying to channel it to somewhere different. But yeah, if you don't
That's when you gotta play your sounds, your ASMR on your radio in your car.
That's not even gonna work in my singing bowls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, play singing bowls.
Yeah, hey Siri, play singing bowls right now. Yeah.
That's that's the trigger word, okay? Wrong singing bowls, okay?
Yes,
like that's trigger.
I love it.
That's so awesome. So do you, like right now, like, because I said like your daughter's not really getting into it. Like, what is that something that you're trying to grab her into? Or?
You mean yoga? For yoga? Well, you know, I see a lot of awesome people online, like Instagram and everything, doing yoga with their kids. And these kids, like, they're awesome. They're amazing. And oh my gosh, I'm like, Ayla, come on, dude. No, Mom, nothing. She was like, no, no. One time she had a friend over and I talked them into doing a little session with me, and they got a little way through, and they were like, because a lot of people with yoga, they think that if they can't do the pose like the person on the screen, then they're doing it wrong. But what they're not understanding is, like, yoga is not even about that. Like, yoga is about finding your personal edge. Like, it's not about looking like the person on the screen. It's about doing what feels good in your body. So one person's going to look completely different than another, and that's something I think a lot of people don't understand and don't want to do. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not flexible. I can't do that. But, like, you know, it's not even about that. It's not even about that. It's about how you feel.
That you do.
Some pose. What'd you say? Say that again, Shay.
What are some of those go-to poses that you do?
So for me, like, I like a lot of yin yoga, which is it's a real slow flow. So, like, each pose you hold for 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, it just, you feel like $1,000,000 after. You feel balanced out. You feel like,
let me write. You said yin? Is it yin?
Yin, like a yin yang. Yeah, YIN.
Oh.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, how many different yoga? It's more than one yoga type?
There's 8 styles. Actually, I just learned about this in my class, so I'm glad that you asked. There's 8 styles, but one of them is yin, and yin is probably my favorite because I'll do like the bike one day, and then the next day is like my yoga day. So I like to do a real slow, kind of stretchy relaxation type of thing. But they have, faster, more cardiovascular type yogas. Vinyasa yoga is one, like, if you want to really get, like, vinyasa. Vinyasa, yes. If you want to get, like,
saying the name. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that. I want to do some vinyasa. That's... Oh, I'm about to... And what's the other
Get it, girl. One? So, oh my goodness, you're going to put me on the spot.
You don't have to go through the names of it. It's kind of like what they do.
So another really good one that I like is hot yoga, which a lot of people have heard of. Yes. It's literally what it sounds like. You got a bunch of heaters blowing on you, and they have one down here in our area, but you go to a class, you got all these hot air blowing on you. You go through your vinyasa flow, sometimes your yin flow, whatever. And the heat makes you more flexible, believe it or not. Like, I notice when I go to a hot yoga class, I can do a lot more than I could. The first time you feel like you're dying, like you're pouring out sweat, and you're like, I can't do this, but you do it, and you do, and then you're like, and after you're like, dang, that was really awesome. And, so it's amazing. It's amazing.
Now, is aerial yoga one of them, or I just made that up?
I never heard of that.
I was seeing people go and they got like, those things and it's like hanging from the ceiling. And I think I
Okay.
class that was like
Like those ribbon
yeah,
things, maybe. But there's a lot like people kind of make their own styles off of other classic styles. So that might be what that is. I'm not familiar with it. I have seen like pictures of that. That's awesome. Those people can rock it, but no, I can't do that. I can't do that.
those classes. You know how when you go into the gym, you just signing up for classes and stuff. I seen that and I was like, oh, that
Just
looks
signing
fun.
up for some
Let me
random
I went
swing.
and they were like, pull up and flip. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go back on the treadmill. Go on the treadmill. You flipping me up in the
I
air.
totally feel you.
How am I
Yep.
even how am I even doing it? Like I was just
Yes.
no parts of that. So yeah, anything that's on the ground, like with the mat and the
Yes.
yoga, like I'm all for it. I am all for that.
Yeah.
You know,
And you don't have to do all that
I was
stuff
saying
to
you
do
start doing
yoga.
live videos. Like you
I
start doing that like
I
soon.
should. I
Cause I would,
should. I
I'll
should.
hop on those with you, like, and do it. Cause those
Yeah.
that and then I'm pretty sure it'll keep a lot of people accountable.
Right. That's
People
true.
accountable.
That's true. Yeah.
You should start doing.
I mean, well, right now I'm still kind of at the place where, like I said, I'm kind of like following other people's sequencing. Like sequencing, I mean, like do this pose, then do this one, then do this one.
Gotcha. You figuring out the
So
strength. Wow.
exactly. Like
Okay.
I can do a pose, but then like I'm still on the verge, like, what do I do next? Like I'm trying to figure out like the right sequence to it so it
Gotcha.
flows good. So it gets every part of your body that it needs to get. And
Mhm.
so you just find that right sequence. So once I figure out my sequence and like how to develop the sequences, that's when I'll really, delve into like creating my own videos and stuff. And I can't wait. I'm excited. I love it.
Like I'm
Yes.
super excited. That's why I'm like, oh, because that'd be something I'd definitely hop on. Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm trying to get JoJo to do some meditation sessions. I'm gonna have her look.
Yes.
I'm gonna have her getting into that because
I'll get in there with you too. Yeah.
that's where I kind of got the idea from. Like, okay,
Yeah.
meditation. Because she's always been into that. So I'm like,
Right.
you can lead that class for me. Where, I
Absolutely.
like you say, and find out all these methods and,
Right.
just kind of research on my own. And I think
Yep.
that's good that so, okay, give us the book names again. So it was,
Okay. So
I know one was with no grain, no pain. Can't forget that one.
Yep. So that one, that's the one. He goes. One of the big parts about that, he goes into like the mental benefits of not having grain. Like people have actually been cured of like schizophrenia and stuff from going on an anti-grain diet. So there's like
What?
there is a lot of stuff in here. He's a doctor. He's not some random.
Study. Like he's research. He knows what he's talking about.
He
Yeah.
knows what he's talking about. Dr.
Yeah.
Peter Osborne is who he is. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then the other one I really recommend if you want to look at the Whole30, the elimination diet,
Yeah.
is this one would be the first one. It starts with
Yeah.
food.
Food. I wrote
Yeah.
that one. And Whole30. What was the other one? Whole30 something?
That one was it's just Whole30. It gives you a breakdown of the Whole30.
Okay. Now,
It starts with food is like the backstory behind Whole30. Like it's like the real reasons why they did the Whole30 and all
no
that.
grain, no pain. Do they have like recipes in there too?
There's not really recipes in that one. The one that has the most recipes is the Whole30. They give you a lot of recipes. And they're grain free as well, the Whole30.
Okay, cool,
So,
cool. Because
yeah.
start implementing that and stuff and the no grain, no, because I've never heard of that again. Like I was like, no grain. What do you mean?
It's crazy. Like I wish more people have because it's huge. It's huge.
Well, now
And
I'm about it. Look.
and I see Ace
Right.
benefits. Thank you for that.
Oh,
I'm glad we're kicking your butt into gear.
yeah, but
So,
again, this is why I wanted to hop on here, talk to an amazing human being about the
oh,
amazing
thank you. And you're amazing as well, Shay.
things. I love you and all the stuff that you got going on. I'm all for it. Okay, I'm
I
going to be
love
a
the
part of
support.
it. Okay, I
Yeah.
want you to come to do your yoga training when I open up this wellness spa. We gonna look.
Oh,
We gonna
yeah,
get
it's going on.
lifestyle. We're going to promote
Yep.
these healthy lifestyles. And I think, again, like you say, people need to research more. They need
Mm-hmm.
to do things to find out what helps with their body. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I found out today that your blood type somehow dictates to the type of foods that you're supposed to use.
Oh,
I was
I
like,
don't
what?
know anything about that, really.
See,
I
this is
need
what
to
happened.
look into that.
Thought is like, like healthy lifestyle. I was like, I didn't even know that. And how old am I? I'm just finding out about a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
You
Like it's
Google
crazy.
one thing, it goes to another, to another. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know about that dandelion root until now ago. You know what I'm saying?
Try
Like it,
that. Yeah.
like it wasn't when I was a kid. Because unfortunately, I
Right.
didn't grow up in a household where that's what was the focus. Like being healthy was not the focus. It was just
Gotcha.
eating. Even though my mom, she made a lot of salmon and fish and like, so she kind of
Yeah.
balanced out, was like not too
Right.
much meat and all that other stuff and salad. She was like the salad queen,
Well,
like
that's, yeah.
she made the best salad. Let me tell you.
Yum. I
As a
love a
matter of
good
fact,
salad.
see her. Okay, she better make me a salad when I get there. But
I want
not
a
that,
salad too. I'll have a salad.
what she said, oh, you have A+, and my doctor said that's probably why I have a thyroid condition,
Yeah.
had an ectopic pregnancy, and
Oh,
have a
wow.
eczema. It's the negative Rh factor that contributes. Yeah, like I was just reading about that today. Like
That's
like if you're
crazy.
A positive or anything, or if you're OB or something like that, all of that plays into your
Wow.
body and the makeup and the stuff that you have
Right.
to put in or the stuff you can't. Because like you say, a lot of stuff works for other people, but it doesn't necessarily
Exactly.
work for
And
other
that
people.
could be why. Maybe it has to do with that, why one person does great and the next person, you know. So definitely worth looking
Mhm.
into for everyone though,
Yeah.
finding their perfect diet.
So hey, like that's what we're gonna tell them. So they go out, they do some research, go research is
Mm-hmm.
grain free. Make sure you go check
Yep.
out these books.
Yep.
No grain, no pain, the 30-day, like the whole 30. And it starts with food. Those are
Yep.
some ways to start,
And look up some free workout videos. Look up some
Go,
free yoga
yes, yeah.
videos.
Utilize free resources.
Free. Yeah, absolutely.
Utilize these free resources
So,
that are out here to help you in your journey, because hey, we are normal, we all got stuff that we got to do in the day, but we have to focus on ourselves
yes,
and our mindset and all that good stuff.
absolutely.
Now, so what are the things that outside of the yoga training where you're going to open the studio up, what are some other things that you're working on, or some things that you're going to be able to bring more value to the world?
So, I last semester I did my first semester as a grad student for mental health counseling. So I may continue that journey. I'm just kind of pausing that for right now. It's something I'm really interested in, but there was some other things I wanted to work on before, because grad school is no joke, man. That's like 100% dedication.
Yeah,
So yeah.
much
So
respect, much respect. But that's
so
great. Diving into all the things though that you're interested
you
in.
gotta dabble around and see where
You
your
do.
heart is,
A lot of people just kind of put themselves here, and that's what I'm gonna do. No,
in
no,
your
no.
box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got that
Yeah.
box, and whatever brings you value, makes you better. Go ahead and get
Right.
into
Right.
it. Be doing that
Right.
one thing you're doing. So that's awesome. So
Yeah.
and
Thank
so
you.
that, but that's good. I know that you have all the information though, and all the knowledge of being able to help people
Oh, thank
mentally,
you.
self-care, and nutrition. So I'm glad. I'm excited. I'm extremely proud of you and all the stuff
Thank
that you're.
you.
You're so
Thank you
awesome.
so much. Thanks for having me.
Of course. That's why I wanted to hop on here and talk to
Heck
other life
yeah.
individuals so that we can spread value to the people out there and tell
Definitely.
them better. So how can they
Right.
connect with you?
So, my Instagram, Cassie K Fit. I don't know. I'll type it in here actually.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pin it down at the bottom.
Okay, Cass. I'll type it and then there we go. There we go.
There we go. I pinned it at the
Oh,
bottom.
yes, thank you. And I guess I'm on my I thought I was on my I have two Instagrams. My one is my non-fitness Instagram. My other one's my fitness Instagram. So I guess I'm on this one, but that's okay. So
Okay.
either way.
Either
So
way, we can find you, and then of
yes,
course
ma'am.
in that yoga studio. And if you have you thought of the name yet?
So, like, I was going to bed the other day, and I don't know because I haven't looked anything up because I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. But oh my gosh, um, oh my gosh, I was like half asleep. You know what? You're thinking about something, and something pops in
Yep.
your head. You're half asleep. It was like one love yoga, but I don't know if that's a thing. So,
Hey, that's okay. You know, it's a search away. We can find that
yes.
out. But that's
All
so
right, girl.
I was
Yes.
so glad that you was able to pop in here with me,
Me
have this
too.
station.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
everybody, you can connect with her at Cassie K Fit, and of course, you can connect with me with Connect with Shay Lee. And I'm so happy to have had you on today.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, hon.